All right, getting into the first round. Well, actually, technically, first round we had a bye due to being high MR, so seeding let us skip around, which is always nice. You can always lose to anyone, no matter like what the seeding is. It can just happen. So starting off having to play one fewer match just ups our odds down a little bit. It's quite nice. However, our first match we actually played is against Cody. Bring up their decks on screen. Against Cody's lineup, Spell High just seems like the thing to bring. They're low on healing, both are slower than me. There's nothing in them which terrifies me. They're not both super greedy, but the Vanilla list is kind of greedy, and the Songhai list is, yeah, like I say, just a little slow. I should be able to outburst them, and they don't have healing either. So definitely happier bringing that than the Big Abyss, which might just be a bit of a slugfest. Don't want to run that into their banner here because could easily get out late game there with triple Zuriel. Not that it would necessarily be a bad matchup. Like you can just go and kill them with Spectre Revenants before their stuff comes online. But yeah, I don't think we need to risk that when Spell High is going to be favored. So I end up picking Spell High, and Cody seems more comfortable on Vanna. So this is the matchup. Right, so for these ones, I'm going to do a bit more, rather than just a cast, I'm actually going to do a bit of analysis and a bit of explaining like what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, what I might do differently, what maybe the best play was, and how everything sort of worked out. So yeah, obviously replacing away the two Heavens Eclipse there, nice to have. Later on, early on, we want like some minions to develop so that we can sort of get early tempo plays down. Definitely 2 is way too many. Sometimes you get games where you never draw any and you're like, oh, why don't I replace it? But no, that's not correct. Definitely happier having 2 drops here. So I'm looking at the links here because Cody's running Hearth Sister and Riftwalker. Obviously, Chakra Avatar unbuffed is going to die immediately to either of those, so doing like a double 2-drop play is very fragile to that, especially as he got an extra draw with a links. So 5 cards and additional replace on this time. There's a good chance that one of those cards is in his hand, and it's not like I can reasonably do Chakra Avatar plus Saberspine Seal here, just to make it like it still dies to Hearth Sister, right? Like you just use the Ghost Links to clear up. So yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Maybe at least though I could replace Saberspine Seal. See if I get like a Lantern Fox or something. I might go with that if I replace into a Lantern Fox over the Ghost Links. But as it is, I just summon the Ghost Links to like contest his Ghost Links a little bit. And I think we're about to see the first Fenrir of the game come down. It's really very tough to answer creature. It's going to be tough to deal with. Looking at replacing this Mana Vortex, I think that might be good. All the other cards here are fine. We can like develop some 2s or something. What I think what I end up doing is bad. I remember it being not very good. I think the Saber Spine on the Ghost Links clears the Fenrir. It's quite good because then the General can clean that up. That might be better than like letting it sit and gain value over a bunch of turns. Like, yeah, we lose 2 cards to deal with it, and this is some face damage now, but yeah, Fenrir War Master is a big problem. If it goes unanswered, it's going to deal with a bunch of shit. So I think biting the bullet and dealing with it now is probably better than what I do. Actually, we can take actually, you don't even need to take the mana because you have a Mana Vortex here, right? So we could save the mana and play our 2 drops. Although we probably want to have a 3/5 Chakri anyway. That's quite good. And then I don't. It's probably not worth Kaidoing the Ghost Links, like reactivating it and backstabbing it. I don't imagine. Although, if we had a 3/5 Chakri and then we just move our Kaido hit, it's like a really good spot here because like has to move forward. I guess it's not quite as good as just actually being behind them. Yeah, if we backstab the Ghost Links, we're probably not backstabbing Faye next turn. Unless we draw into a Jax. Like, we could dump our whole hand here and with the Mana Vortex draw 3 new cards. That might not be so bad. Like, move up here, play Chakri. Either, I guess we could save the Minotaur. I don't. Yeah, maybe it's better just to play Chakri close. I'm not really saving the Minotaur for anything. But if we do play on the Minotaur, Faye can just walk away. And if they want a Minotaur, they can just walk onto this one anyway. So that seems reasonable. So then, yeah, walk up here, play Chakri Avatar here, Kaido Assassin. If we have a 3/5 Chakri, then it's probably good to kill the Ghost Links, because then it's not just 2 damage that clears it, they need something more. And Cody's running like a bunch of stuff that could do that. Yeah, I kind of like this a lot better, like Kaido Assassin, backstab here. And then, yeah, save spine on this, General clears this. And then that's a full clear, and we've got 2, a Chakri Avatar that's 3/5 and a Kaido Assassin that's not directly behind them, but you know, somewhat behind them, like tough to deal with. So yeah, that's a lot better than what I do, which is like play the Kaido in the corner so the Fenrir Warmaster can't hit it, and then send the Sail Sign face, which just it really doesn't do anything. And like, if I'm gonna do this, like, why am I? This is a really bad play, I think. And I think it sets me up to lose the game, to be honest, just from this spot. Because Cody's gonna play. He's only running 1 Isby's Monument, and out it comes. Which is immediately gonna undo like all the 5 damage I did, guaranteed. He's clearing my Ghost Links and, you know, set up to stun the assassin so I can't do anything, and it's going to clear it next turn. Oop, and then off I go very quickly. Taskball clears the Ghost Links. So I do want to clear the Monument because it's kind of free to hit. Although it doesn't really matter if I take damage because the Monument's going to heal me anyway. Maybe I'm supposed to come and hit the Fenrir Warmaster. Like block for my Taskball or something. Like I really want to clear the Monument as well, but maybe now is not the time. I'm very I mean, so the nice thing is if this Fenrir Warmaster wants to come up and hit the Taskball, then at least it's trading in, but like, I guess you probably wouldn't do that when the Kaido Assassin is right there. Like if I could, the problem is that I want to, I mean, I have it in a focus, but yeah, I mean, it's just really tough. Like I'm already so far behind, and I'm not sure what the good play here is. How big can my Chakra Avatar be? It can be too far in the focus. Yeah, that's not very big. So we definitely want to try and start development on this, which does mean it's nice to kill the Ghost Links. I wish my Taskball could be, well, I could have it. No, the positioning here is annoying. I guess maybe it doesn't matter so much if Cody comes and hits the Taskball. Like maybe it's better to do something like play the Taskball here, have it come and hit here, and develop the Chakri here, and then I go and hit the Fenrir so that it dies on Kaido Assassin or something. Or maybe like me going and hitting face really just keeps our life totals even, which I mean at least keeps the damage I've already done, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I thought I could like Blood Rage Master. You saw like me hover over it or something. Yeah, it doesn't work like that, of course. It costs 2 mana now. And then yeah, Hearth Sister is really what I didn't want to see. I really kind of wanted this Chakra card to live. It's like the best minion I have out right now. It does mean though that Tuskmore looks like it's gonna live or come back to my hand. And I'm way too quick on the gun here. I mean, maybe I should turn real time on, but I don't want it. I want to like do the talking and then see the plays happen immediately. So I misplay this for sure, like just immediately Riftwalkering. Like even in tournaments, people play loose and bad. I need to replace first. Song has like 2 axes on their like hand management thing. One is like running out of cards, and the other is like having too many. And you can see here that 3 of my cards in hand are like ones that potentially, in Tuskmore's case, in Amsterdam's case, you know, like replace themselves. I guess if I'm looking at Riftwalker, then I probably want to play the Lantern Fox. If I'm looking at doing like Tuskmore, Blood Rage Mask, then Ghost Links is better. But I am looking at this Riftwalker, so I should replace this Ghost Links first. And the reason is that we have a really good play if we replace into Jax. So, of course, that is what happens. But we should Jax this over here probably, so that then our assassin can backstab the Fenrir. Then we really do have a good Riftwalker because it clears the wolf, the Warmaster, and you know the 2 face damage doesn't really matter. But hey, maybe. Is there any way? No. If I could move my... No, I have to move it anyway. If there was a way to hit 3 things. But yeah, there's not. So the face damage doesn't really matter here. But yeah, we can then clear the wolf after the fact. That would definitely be the play. And then, you know, we can summon the Lantern Fox as well. And that's basically a full clear because the Hearth Sister's away in the corner. Like, you can Hearth Sister a Hearth Sister. But it's not exactly amazing, is it? And then, yeah, we get to develop like a Lantern Fox in their face or something as well. And both Fenrirs would be dead. And also, like, our Kaido would be in a potentially threatening position as well. Whereas what we do here, we're running away. So that's not good. And we're not clearing the stuff. At least in this way, the Hearth Sister can't attack me. But it's pretty free for Cody to come and walk here and clear the Riftwalker, because he knows he's just going to get healed from the monument. So that's not a problem. And then you see like the hand being too full is a problem here. Hailstone is really good. Even though like I've got 0 mana spells, like that's how you're supposed to manage it, by like using 0 mana spells, like Jaxing your Kaido so it clears a Fenrir. So you have hand space. Isn't what I've done here. And Slothguard comes out. Usually the opponent being on a green tile isn't a huge deal. Like I've cut 4 wins from my list, for example. But in this case, like Cody's on 22, well, he's about to be on 24 HP. Usually they can't just camp on a green tile all game, and if they do get the green tile out, like usually you've put a lot more damage onto them. You know, like in this case, they're practically full HP, and they're just happily on a green tile while their minions are like doing all the work. Like if Reaver is like walking up and hitting them, like then we're getting damage done. But I'm gonna have to run away and like protect my Blood Rage masks, which granted it's better that they're Blood Rage mask than 4 wins here, but yeah, Cody's really sitting pretty right now. It's a bit of a problem. So I do have the Jax, so we could kill the Slothguard or something. But at this point I really am worried about sort of the ability to like win the game. I'm like looking at these Blood Rage masks and thinking like I need to start using the Blood Rage mask and Phoenix Fire to damage Cody's life turtle. If I'm already behind on board, right? So I can do what I can on boards. Yeah, at this point it's kind of a bit of a lost cause. And we can maybe sneak in enough damage to pull off a lethal. I should definitely be more thoughtful about it though. Like, not sure what the plan was here. If I've like moved, do I then replace? No, I'm moving and playing the taskbar, so I'm probably going to backstab the sloth. Interesting way of doing it, because I could... Where did I start here? It's because I could have juxed here and then backstabbed here. Again, the half-sister option. Then with that down there, it's sort of out the way, and then I'm freed from the provoke. I guess I would... Would I stay on the blue tile? If that's here. Because blue tile's obviously nice for hitting into things, but then the reverse is a bit less true. Yeah, and I can't clear the Fenrir unless I like Phoenix Fire it, which might not be a bad idea. If I go like that. So yeah, I could have like double masked, Jux, kill, then Phoenix Fire, or I could even then inner focus. I guess at that point though, if I'm inner focusing, I'm probably gonna hit face and backstab Faye. And then like Phoenix Fire and hit the Fenrir Warmaster. Cody's deck doesn't have like a lot of burst of out of hand to deal with like a Blood Rage Mask. I'm gonna do something similar, I think, but I'm gonna have my Tuskbore go face, and rather than deal with the Fenrir, I'm just gonna run away from it. And also run away from the half sister there. I wonder if it's right to just have Tuskbore... Like, I will go onto the red tile for 1 more damage, but it means it dies because of the green tile. It might just be better to like hit, even though he can walk on and blue tile it. The nice thing about the other line, where I like maybe have the kind of assassin behind Cody, is that that's also harder to like stay on the green tile and hit it. This is a nice Riftwalker. I think I get to keep my masks though, but yeah, it's a bit of trouble there, of course. I mean, he could have hit it for only 1 damage, but yeah. Now the sloth comes down and I'm on a blue tile again. We don't love to be on a blue tile. Looking at my hand, you can see that these Phoenix Fires with the Blood Rage masks are 10 damage, which kind of puts Cody close to dead, but not quite there. So then I get a Tuskbore. So I spent a lot of time on this turn thinking whether I'm like supposed to clear the Sloth Guard here, or whether I just go face for 2 damage, and then if I draw like another Phoenix Fire, which I'm not sure if I even have. I should probably have installed the deck tracker in this tournament. I think there was another memorable time where I might have benefited from knowing my remaining cards. Yeah, I think, well, so if they're on 5 HP, like I still get them with a Tuskbore, Saberspine or something. And because they're next to a red tile, Tuskbore Inner Focus still gets them, I suppose. It does 2 and then 3. Where, yeah, staying on a blue tile is obviously disadvantageous. I'm not sure which is best here, but I make the best of it and just pray I draw some lethal here. I think 2 Phoenix Fires to the face is correct, but then yeah, I'm not sure if the taskbar is supposed to clear the slot here. It doesn't seem bad. It probably buys me another turn, but I'm not sure about that. Obviously, these two cards are not even close to enough to be what I need. And Cody has a Healing Mystic and a Rejuvenator anyway, so there goes my my hopes and dreams. I'm quite sure what that oops is about, but yeah, at this point Cody has 11 damage here, and yeah, I have nothing. So then we need to think about game 2. Now, just because I lost doesn't mean I'm going to change my strategy. Like, sometimes you lose and it just happens because you play bad and you go second and you play bad and you make some mistakes. You just got to have some like faith in yourself that you know, things will be better next time. You know, maybe you'll get more lucky. They won't draw their ISB and their Fenrirs and you won't make those silly misplays that you made. You know, all the reasons why I picked Spell High in the first place to go game 1 still are absolutely true. So we'll go into game 2. And Cody stays on Vanna, thinking he's comfortable on that as well. Here we go. Another hand where I'm going to get rid of the Heaven's Eclipse. Ghost Lynx is going to like fill my hand up quite nicely anyway. You can also consider getting rid of the Phoenix Fire. It would kill any Ghost Lynx or Healing Mists they played, but Fenrir is obviously their best. Does nothing particularly much against that. You know, it's not too bad to hang on to. Then replace it? That's a bit weird. I guess like seeing the Lantern Fox, but yeah, I don't know. Strange. Not totally sure on the decision making reasons there. And Cody has a Fenrir draw. Very bad for me. Card is really good. If you haven't noticed, it's basically never trades down, always trades up. I guess I'm just going to take care of it with Lantern Fox in a focus, and then the Phoenix Fire that we get off the Lantern Fox in a focus. At least then it's dealt with. It's not a good trade still for me, but at least I have the empty space here for Lantern Fox to get a Phoenix Fire. It has a really high tempo draw here with double Flash Freeze, full clear here. I hate how I've already started taking my turn, even though Cody's animations aren't finished. Very nice. I don't do real time either though, because yeah, I don't want to wait around for that. I have a pretty good turn by taking the Mana Tile, which lets me protect my Ghost Lynx with my body. Cody has a really hard time dealing with Blood Rage Masks. Only has like 1 out of hand damage thing, Riftwalkers. So setting this up now is pretty good. And again, it should be a little difficult to clear the Ghost Lynx. It's not like an amazing body, but you know, it's going to draw me a card. And also with the mask, you get 2 Mana Vortex, Phoenix Fire, Mana Vortex, great, another proc. And then we're also going to draw back up to a full hand. Happy to keep Riftwalker in a focus in hand. That's like a nice little combo. If Cody like tries to, you know, move back and protect himself with a minion, Riftwalker will be good there. On that sorcerer to get back a stunner. Chooses not to hit the Ghost Lynx. Also plays around Riftwalker. It's also nice just to have like a 0 mana spell in your hand, by the way, when you are like drawing up. It's like quite easy to... You know, the interesting thing about playing Spell High is you have like the problem both ways, right? You can sometimes have your hand too full for the Taskballs and the Phoenix Fires, and the Ghost Lynx and Mana Vortex redraws, and Heaven's Eclipse. But you can also have it too empty, right? You can have you know, usually 0 mana spells and praying for Heaven's Eclipse top deck and doesn't come. So hand management does work both ways. We should definitely replace first. Given that Cody just played around the Riftwalker, it might be the least useful thing here. Or the Heavens Eclipse. Probably not though. We can... It is a tough one. Because we can probably just Junks away the Twilight Sorcerer and get a bunch of damage on him. If we can do the 2 and 3, which seems pretty good, especially if we Junks. Can we get a nice like Junks thing where we hit both? Definitely worth considering. But the nice thing about Saber Sign Seal, it's more damage on the Chakri, right? And we can put a lot of damage on them right now. I think I like make a mistake here because I decide I'm going to do Chakra Avatar and Riftwalker, so I'm not going to replace. But then you'll see as I start taking my turn, I'm doing a little math. I just start thinking that it's better just to put Save Spine deal damage on now, because it gets proc right away. So then I decide to replace the Riftwalker, draw a Blood Rage Mask, and I'm like, oh, I've already played 2 spells. I should just like not play this? Absolute idiocy. You should, sometimes you make a mistake, and the best thing to do is accept it and just move forward. Like, if I hadn't played these spells, I would still play the Blood Rage Mask. As before, it's still really difficult for Cody to deal with it, and I've got Heaven's Eclipse in hand. It's going to be really good next turn. But I want as much mana free as possible, so I should just equip it. Like walk up, hit, and then equip post hit. But I mean, this is a common mistake that I've seen people make before. I made it before. Probably will make it again, where you just I don't know. Like trying so hard to pretend that you didn't make a mistake. Like, oh, I meant to not cast it because I don't know. Actually, it's really nice here to deal with the Chakra Avatar. Of course, we knew he had it, so it's not a surprise. However, yeah, it is a good way just to put the temporary stop on it. So now we're looking at our hand, how like much nicer it'd be if we just had a Blood Rage Mask equipped. It would literally just be like over lethal because of the extra damage. So let that be a lesson to you. As it is, we can still look at trying to get some damage on, probably with a Chakri, Inner Focus, Heaven's Eclipse, and then if we, for example, get another Inner Focus or Mana Vortex Saber Spine Seal, we can go for a lethal. See what the draw brings. It's a pretty nice draw. It doesn't get us lethal right away, but and this is threatening quite a lot of damage. Could run away to try and not get hit by a Twilight Sorcerer, but Cody's deck doesn't have really good burst, as I said before. I just want to be as close pretty much as possible. Honestly, might as well just throw this out for an extra damage here. Yeah. There's definitely like some argument that the mana discount will be relevant next turn, but it is also a slightly bigger argument that we might draw something relevant. It's also possible that it keeps this Chakri Avatar alive, so having them both buffed up is nice. There's a pretty cool draw, double Cold Biter. So it actually does deal with the Chakris. Unfortunately, we obviously have like multiple avenues for lethal, so even through the Healing Mystic. So that forces us onto Decider, Game 3, where I have to pick faction first again. The same logic that went into the decision of the blind pick just basically applies here. Like, I'm happier with the Spell High matchup into either than I am with the Big Abyss matchup into either. So I declare Song High first. And then Cody picks his response as Vannar and chooses player 1. This is very reminiscent of our game 1 opening hand. With the same logic applies, so we don't want to do double 2-drops and lose our Chakri. So we're going to start with the Lantern Fox. When we're starting with the Lantern Fox, that therefore means a bit that our hand size is probably going to be quite full. So the Ghost Links might not be as useful. We play the Lantern Fox forward here, which is a little interesting because obviously it means it can get hit. But Cody doesn't run like Primus Fist or something. I don't want him to like take the Mana Tile and do like another Fenrir plus a 2-drop when I can just take the Mana Tile myself, and it's pretty difficult for Cody to do something that he couldn't otherwise. I guess like the only thing is a Flash Freeze, which would let you clear the thing. But even though I draw 2 Phoenix Fires and can clean up your Ghost Links afterwards. We do see the Flash Freeze into the Lantern Fox. And yet more Fenrirs. Great joy for us. Interesting decision here to not like start hitting the Fox. Because even if you like clear it with a 3 damage Fenrir hit, I'm getting 1 Phoenix Fire. But the same is true if you hit into it twice. I'm gonna burn 1 Phoenix Fire anyway. You can only take 2 damage now. I think that's probably a mistake, but there might be some reason. Meanwhile, for me, I mean, it's kind of made my access to mana tiles really rough, and Fenrir is obviously a bit of a monster of a card. Again, I'm like stuck with the dilemma of a Chakra Avatar, and then do I just want to use a Jux to like put it out of range? Well, not really, because like Heartista still kills it. Because if they just like pull it in, obviously to have enough damage. So the Chakra Avatar is feeling like a bit of a weak play here. I'm also like scared because Cody runs 2 Archons. If he just gets 6 mana, I'll be well behind. Like a lot of the time you can beat Archon just by being too threatening. Like if you have like a Lantern Fox on the field and they're like, well, I summon an Archon, what happens if they jacks it away and just start hitting me with the Lantern Fox? I need to kill the Lantern Fox, therefore can't summon the Archon. If they're doing it like this early when they have a board lead, you're in real trouble. Maybe I should just replace the Chakra Avatar, but like Cody doesn't run any Dispel. Like once it gets up and running, it's really good. Has to Hailstone it really. Or, you know, do it the old-fashioned way with damage. In the end though, like I'm just gonna hold on to these and hope to draw something. Probably a mistake. But the Blood Rage Mask like is so nice for damage that's like difficult for Code to answer, and the Chakri maybe should be the one that goes. Take the Mana Tile away because I'm worried about Archon. Then Sloth comes down. That's really annoying. We saw how it did some pretty good work in the first game, and it's again doing pretty good here, clearing off this kind of assassin. Weird that the blue tile didn't come down to save some HP, to be honest. Also, I think it's a little strange that I didn't get provoked. Maybe there's a reason for that? I don't know. Finally now we're gonna get the Chakra Avatar into play. I just don't have anything better to do. Just, you know, have something that Cody has to try and deal with. So it's Twilight Sorcerer with the Flash Freeze, which will stun it, but doesn't really answer it. So I'm actually not too upset with this. And then like my hand is really full of damage. It's a lot of damage here, isn't it? And I can just like dump all of this into face and then like be pretty secure in the knowledge that it doesn't matter how many cards I spend because I have a Heaven's Eclipse here. It's also nice to spend all these cards, even though the Chakra stun is going to be free next turn. Yeah, buffing it up is going to mean Cody has to find another temporary, or I hope he's drawn a permanent solution. Like I guess best thing would be Hailstone. Like it puts it back to my hand, but at least its stacks will be reset. I don't think there's worth anything replacing this hand. Like I've said a couple of times in the game prior to now that probably I should have replaced something I didn't. I think this turn is perfectly fine to keep all of this stuff. It's a good hand. We get to put on a bunch of damage here onto Cody. And yeah, I probably, if my Chakri lives, then I really will want the Juxtaposition. If it doesn't, or if it does or doesn't, I want the Heaven's Eclipse either way. Juxtaposition is also just a good card. Like if I draw a Tuskbore or something, it will be worth its weight in gold. There it is. This is like the position for Cody where, he probably felt the turn before that it was going alright. And then suddenly you just get hit for 12 damage, actually 14 damage, and it's like, what the hell is this spell high deck? Who let it be in the game? So I'm full surrounded, but we can use the Tuskbore to clear away the Letharis or something. Avatar. Interesting that I replace it because I could use it to like daisy chain away the Sloth Guard, but that actually doesn't let me win here. Only lets me do 4 damage. Blood Rage Mask is interesting because if I'd replaced the Heaven's Eclipse there, I think that would have been lethal with that. Like Chakri, Tuskbore, Junk deal 1 damage. Tuskbore comes, deals 4, and then the final 2. But I don't think. Well, yeah, it's hard to say that replacing Chakri over Heaven's Eclipse is wrong here. Cody giving an oops because he's standing next to a red tile. Knows that Tuskbore is going to deal an extra damage. We throw out the Heaven's Eclipse to see what's doing it for us. There's a lot of draws like Save Spine, Seal, Inner Focus that just win the game for us. We get one that isn't either of those. It's Mana Vortex, Phoenix Fire. A bit of luck, but you have to trust that Heaven's Eclipses are going to get you damage when you cast them. You have a lot of good hits you put in the deck for just that reason. And we get a narrow victory there against Cody. Advance to the next round.